Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the Atari Flashback 8 Gold Activision Edition. I got this for Christmas this past year, 2017, Christmas 2017 for my wife. Have been messing around with it. I have been enjoying it. The last flashback system I actually purchased was the Atari Flashback 2, which is on the shelf up here, which was done by Kurt Vendel. That is the ultimate flashback to actually get, because it actually has an Atari 2600 on a chip. You can hack it to add a cartridge port. Kurt Vendel did an excellent job on the Flashback 2. This is made by AtGames, and they've been slowly improving these little flashback units since the Flashback 3 when they put out their first one. This one's kind of nice. One of the features I really like about this is the reason why I picked it up. Well, my wife got it for me because I asked for it. Was it has HDMI, which is awesome. It also has the 2.4 gigahertz wireless controllers, no more than infrared crap like you saw in the other flashbacks. So I was pretty stoked about that. Plus, it's loaded with Activision games, which that's a win-win for me because I love the company Activision. So let's take a look at what's in the box, play a few games, and take a look at it. Awesome. Alright, let's take a look at the box itself. I love the black box. Now the regular gold edition comes in like a gold box or a white box, but the Activision edition comes in this really cool black box with the awesome Pitfall logo over here. Includes 130 built-in games. Pretty awesome. Really nice box. I can't say enough about this box. I think they hit a home run with this box layout. I really like this up on the shelf. On the back of the box, it shows you a picture of the games that are included. It doesn't show all the games, but it does show all the Activision games that are included. As you can see, there are a ton of them in here. You know, a lot of my favorites are in here, like Star Master, Sequest, Fishing Derby, Beam Rider, Grand Prix, and Kaboom, of course. There's a lot of Activision games on this. I'm pretty stoked about it, especially for having, you know, Pitfall on here as well, which I think the last one I remember seeing Pitfall on was the Flashback 2, if I remember right. But it has a lot of the regular Atari 2600 games from the Atari library as well. Plus, it does include some Magic games. One of my favorite Magic games, Demon Attack, is on this, so I'm pretty happy about that. And it looks really good in HD. So let's take a look at what comes in the box itself. So we open this little bad boy up. Open the flap. Like so. And as you can see inside, we have our instruction manual here. Now the instruction manual will go through and tell you all the games that are on this device. I'll open it up. I'm going to close this so you can see it better. Close this back up temporarily. It's like a poster instruction manual. It opens up really big. Holy crap. But on the back of it, we have the complete game list on here. That's pretty neat. So you know all the games are on the unit. Then we have our instructions on actually how to use the Atari Flashback 8. And it does operate a little bit differently from the previous ones, from what I can tell here. So it's a pretty awesome little instruction manual. It's really laid out really, really nice. So I want to turn this thing around here so I can keep the light on the. There we go. You can see a lot better. So here's what comes in the box. They give you a HDMI cable. Awesome. Then we have our two joystick controllers. These are the 2.4 gigahertz wireless controllers. And they work fairly well. I've not had a bit of problem using these. This is the slave. This is player number 2. And this one's for player number 1. Now what the difference is on the player number 1 joystick, you have extra buttons like reset to go back to the main menu. You have the select, you have start, and you have a replay feature. If you hit the replay button, the game will back up 6 seconds to allow you to try yet again. It's actually a pretty cool feature to have in this little flashback unit. And as you move the joystick, you see a little light will come on indicating it's sending a signal to the Flashback 8. It does go into standby mode if you let it sit for any length of time, which is kind of nice. And it does take 2 AAA batteries, which are located behind this door down here. Take out the screw. Got your little power supply right there. Lay that off to the side. And then here's the actual Atari Flashback 8 itself. Now it looks like the normal Atari Flashback 8 Gold. What I really would have liked if we put like a little extra graphic on here that said Activision Edition or something like that. That would have really been nice to really set this console apart from the other ones. Or even put it up here. You know, Atari Flashback 8 Gold, Activision Edition. That would have been cool to have it right across the front right there. There's your 2 joystick ports. You can plug in your own joysticks. Same layout of the earlier flashbacks. You got your power, and your start, and your difficulty select, and all that good stuff. Then your power connector goes here in the back. So let's hook this up and take a look at the menu that they use now on this, which is really awesome, and try a couple games out. Now when you first turn the unit on, it's going to go to your favorites menu if you've already marked some favorites that you like to play. Had I powered this up for the first time, it would have started off with the alphabetical list of all the games. But I marked a few as my favorites. So every time I turn the machine on, it'll go right to this menu where I can select a favorite game I like to play. I like that detail. So if I hit the select button on the controller, I can scroll down the menu, or scroll up the menu. Got the About. Here's the Activision game list. You can see the Atari games list, or you can see all the games in alphabetical order, or the recent games that you've played. That's pretty awesome. I love this menu layout. It's actually a really nicely laid out menu where you see the box art of the game you want to play. And selecting the game is actually really easy to do. Let me get back to the alphabetical list here. You just move the joystick anywhere you want to on the screen here to select the game you want to play. If you want to go over to the next menu, just go clear to the side. Click. There you go. Now you're in the other menu. That is really cool. I like that. So let's try out a game here real quick. We'll try Chopper Command. So hit the fire button, and you can see here, it gives you instructions on how to play the game, a little overview of the game, control a powerful helicopter as you defend caravans of trucks from the enemy aircraft. Now, if I wanted to mark this as a favorite of mine, which I'm going to do, I would push the joystick to the right, and you'll see a star light up there on the right-hand side. Boop. That means this has been added to my favorites menu. If I want to take it back off my favorites menu, I would just hit the joystick to the right again. So now if I want to play it, hit the fire button, load in the ROM. There's the game. Man, that looks really good in HDMI. Wow, that's awesome. So now I can hit start on my joystick here. I don't have to do it on the unit. And away I go. Oh! And I die instantly. Yeah. I like Chopper Command, but Chopper Command doesn't like me. Whoa! Oh! Well, I didn't do too good. 600 points. Woohoo! Alright. Now, if I'm going to go back to the main menu again, I hit the small reset key on the joystick. It'll take me back to here. And I hit to the left to go back to my main menu. So what about paddle games? I know on the older flashback units there was some lag and stuff for the paddle games. So we're going to pop in Kaboom. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboomy. There we go. So let's pop in Kaboom. And I'm going to plug in my paddle controller in the front. It's a regular Atari paddle controller. Nothing special about it. I don't have any of the AtGames paddle controllers. So I plug that little booger in. Okay. I hit start on my joystick. Or the fire button, I mean. Now I hit start. And I play the paddle control version of Kaboom. Woo, woo, woo. And I'm not really noticing any lag. It's actually pretty responsive. So I'm pretty happy about that. And man, Kaboom looks nice in HD. Holy cow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh! Oops. Alright, let's try another game here real quick. Go back to the main menu. Let's see, what do I want to try here? Now, I would try Indy 500, but I discovered that it doesn't support the driving controller, which is a bummer. I really like Indy 500 on the Atari 2600. It only supports the joystick on the Atari Flashback 8. I wish they would have put support in for the driving controller, because that would have been incredible to be able to play Indy 500 on the Flashback using the driving controller. But anyway, another really fun game I like to play on here is Grand Prix. And of course, I want to mark that as one of my favorites, because I love Grand Prix. Hit the old start button. You'll notice at the bottom it says, please exit the menu before powering off. I don't know what happens if you turn the power off before you get back to the main menu. It may mess it up somehow. I don't know. I don't want to try it. So, anyway, hit start. And away we go. Oh man, I love 2600 games in HD. They look so crisp. I love this game. It's one of my favorites on the system. Whoa. Oh! And he crashes. Kaboom! Okay, let's check out another game here. Let's sort the list out by Activision games real fast. Activision games. Of course, Beam Rider. Now, who doesn't like Beam Rider? Such a great game. Okay, player 1, player 2 easy, that's good. Hit start. Burner. Oh yeah, it's like Flat Tempest. Yeah. Ooh, that was close. Four more to go. Oh. Ooh. Oh, I died before I got a chance to shoot the guy. What a cool game. Okay, let's sort the list out by Atari games here real quick. Of course, we got Adventure. That's a classic. Love Adventure. Adventure 2, which is a sequel, was really, really fun to play. But we got a lot of great Atari 2600 games on here. I wish they would have had Space Invaders, but I've not seen a Space Invaders yet appear. The actual 2600 version of Space Invaders appear yet on a flashback, because I think Taito doesn't like it, so they don't want to allow it to be put on any kind of machine or something, which is kind of crazy, because I love that version of Space Invaders. Some odd games on here, like Slot Machine. I'd rather have had something else than Slot Machine. There are some homebrews on here, like Save Mary, some other good games. Now, overall, I'm pretty happy with this little Atari Flashback 8 Activision Edition. It's actually kind of cool. Not bad at all. So what are my final thoughts on this little bad boy? Overall, I really like it. I definitely like the updated HDMI output. That's a big plus for me. And I really like the new controllers. The new wireless controllers are pretty nice. They're not too bad. I didn't really notice any kind of lag as I was playing the games. Pretty cool. I'm also happy that they have the original joystick ports in the front. So you can plug in your own joysticks if you want to, or a paddle controller to play Kaboom in HD. Oh yeah. Another reason why I wanted this, because Kaboom was on here. One of the things I wish they would do, but that you haven't done yet on these little flashback units, is put an SD card slot. Just like they did on the Atari Flashback Portable, they'll add your own ROMs to these things. That's the one I'm waiting for, is one with an SD card slot. As soon as I put out one of these with an SD card slot, I'll probably buy it again. But until then, I'll probably just get this one and not even worry about the earlier flashbacks. Nice selection of games. It's actually a pretty good product. Pretty happy with it. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the Atari Flashback series? Put your comments down below. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
To the demons!